right now.
Yeah, so. I think Crazy's just looking to play for late game. Like, they're like, well, we can't kill him. Let's just keep on going late, which against the Spectre normally is a bad idea, but I think that's why they picked the Necro, so that they can go late game and have a hero that could theoretically deal with Spectre.
Yeah, Lifestealer also matches up pretty well.
Yep.
Like when you get to that point where you have like a massive right click, like you rage and you can hammer him down, taking basically no damage from, you know, Desolator Dispersion.
Agreed.
But we are into the Dotes and we are underway, tied up 1-1 here in ESL One Birmingham online. Early days in the groups and a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, this is important, I'd say, for both. Unlike perhaps less brutal group states compared to like the Europe region, where only 4 of the 8 teams from a group advance, here 4 of the 6 teams advance.
Just don't be in the dumpster.
Yeah.
You get to move on.
But at the same time, I feel like there's no like easy opponents or easy wins when it comes to the North America, South America. All the teams on somewhat even footing. I think particularly with the stand-ins of EG, it makes them a lot more beatable. They actually just already lost today to Quincy Crew.
And they might lose Kezu here.
Yep.
Last auto attack secures it. Owie came in. It looked like they maybe wanted to bait, but Necro is a squishy boy at those early levels.
Another quick pause coming out as the bounty rune will be snagged by Thunder Predator. Yeah, a pretty strong level 1 hero with the 3rd spell. What's it called these days? It's still Chilling Touch, okay. It's not the Chilling Touch I know and remember. I feel like they should have renamed the spell when they change what it does.
Chilling Slap, maybe?
Yeah, it is kind of a slap. Give him a big wonk to the face.
It's really annoying to lane against this ability, I will say, especially if you are like a short-range hero.
Yeah, you're just watching this AA sit back. You're some melee offlaner. Even a Necrophos's range is just going to get slapped again and again by it.
Go, 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 go. I don't know about these games. I feel like they're going to get...
The playground? Yeah, the players have already given up playing them for the most part. So
they're probably not the highlight of the Battle Pass. Or the Compendium.
I mean, for pub players, I guess it's an incentive to pause for a bit longer and give you something to entertain yourselves during those pauses. And at the same time, you can just choose to ignore them. I guess that's the nice thing, is that they made them very hideable.
Imagine if you couldn't hide them.
Yeah.
Oh, the complaint threads.
Yeah, I think it's a bit weird that they're in the competitive games myself. But
and
it seems the
free advertising.
Yeah, and for pro players, like, there's a pause. You're discussing what your next steps are,
and
what you're going to do in the game. I'm
in your way,
so
you know.
yeah, it's not something in a serious game you'll ever really see pros doing, unless the pause is like a 20-minute pause or something.
I don't know, man. I could totally see OG like playing musical chairs on the TI main stage, you know, like the other teams like not even interacting, and all 5 of them are competing against each other.
They're like intentionally coming up with like tech pause reasons or something, or Valve gives teams like you're allowed to do tactical pauses.
That's the BM. You know? We're just here for the pause games.
Yep. Yeah, CSGO has tactical pauses. We'll add them to Dota, and then OG will just use theirs to play some mini games.
Oh man, that would be fun. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. So it looks like for the moment, at least, a lot of couriers are hiding, afraid of this support Weaver Moon Meander, who is indeed on the hunt. But will they evade his clutches? It looks like
got one already.
Gato will get out, and so too will this Fire Cat. I don't know what this one's called.
You didn't go for the second one.
Bright Sky.
Yeah, and this is definitely one of the things you can do is this 4-position Weaver. I think it's really tough playing to this tri-lane, and we're seeing the supports of Crazy getting chased away by an Ember, but Ember suddenly realizing, oh wait, both supports together. But yeah, sniping couriers is extra value with some of the gold being just taken away in Dota 2 over the past few patches. Those couriers give a nice little bounty.
Yeah, when there's 3 heroes in a lane, there's a lot of trading. You know, you want your extra regen.
Yeah. It's a laning stage is very much a regen battle. It's all about taking efficient, cost-effective trades, forcing the enemy, particularly the carry, to use regen as much as possible.
Meanwhile, up top, same thing's happening. Frank, he's pulling creeps, and this courier of Lifestealers has taken the long way around.
Good micro.
We'll finally make it there. Meanwhile, in mid, Leo Style dropping somewhat low. They get the chains off on Brile, though, but he's got some fresh remnants to deploy. Leo Style cannot tank those overload shots. Yeah. Must back away and reset. as I say that, he walks in, but he will be okay.
I will say the good news for our observers is there's only 2 lanes you need to watch right now, seeing as top lane is not a lane. Both heroes are playing PvE.
The Jungle Wars. I think Frank's winning.
Yeah, he'll win and outfarm Lifestealer, but ultimately Lifestealer should get more or less perfect CS under tower with Quelling Blade, and it's one of those heroes that can always last under tower, doesn't run into regen. There's some heroes struggle because they need regen and don't want to last hit with creeps on them. Lifestealer, he's fine. So I think both teams are okay with what's happening up top, and they're going to focus their efforts on winning bottom lane and mid lane.
Yeah, in fact, even though Axe is 7 CS up, he is down in net worth.
There you go.
Did have to ferry a salve or 2, I believe, but yeah.
He'll should be catching up, but Lifestealer doing the same thing, which is pulling waves to neutral creeps. Not that it's worth checking out, because bottom lane is where a kill is going to happen. Thunder Predator, find Moon.
We now being pursued here. They do have a fresh chain soon. They can maybe go for this. They'll get him, and they should...
Don't run from the hill. Ooh, okay.
Kill. No, not quite. Oh, that A auto attack. Yeah, if he ran from the hill, he might have died. Instead, they will get the Weaver back in time to prevent any further chase.
Yeah. They're ready for this Trilane versus Trilane. They've got the items for it. They've got the Bassi ring, which is, suddenly you've got 3 heroes getting the aura, not just 2, so it's even more value.
Oh, Matthew, he's trying to interrupt Bryle as Bryle goes for the haste from the torrent, blocking him, but Bryle will get the deny off. Otherwise, may have gone down here. In fact, he's chasing Matthew.
He used another remnant for that. It's a lot of mana being committed for that. I think Bryle
that is a big deal, denying that rune.
Yeah, I think he may just have to go back to base or something almost.
There are bounty runes coming soon. Maybe he can steal one of those. He's actually posting up a Leo Style. Leo Style thought the lane was safe. He was wrong. Another overload. Oh, another auto attack. Bryle gets the kill. Maybe he'll take the free fountain trip.
What a beast.
Or maybe he'll just grab bounty runes.
Yeah, maybe you go aggressive and grab the enemy bounty. It looks like he's going to go for the safe one. Well, is it safe down bottom? There's 2 enemy supports.
If you get the double bounty rune as Storm here, you are so happy. But MJZ is already setting up. But there's 4 Dire heroes. I don't think he can actually go for this.
Yeah, they're zoning away, and Storm should be able to get the double bounty rune.
Here comes the Swarm, and Bryle, the slow walk of pride, as he will grab that.
Weaver had to die for it.
Weaver died for Bryle's bounty runes. Totally worth it.
Bryle saw the Ember there. He's like, oh, I'm going to get Sleight of Fist, Searing Chain. So he waited till some spells had been used on Weaver before he went in. But that secures Bryle's game. So Moon on the feed train, but he's doing it for the greater good. I think he's, all 3 of the deaths on this crazy side. So typical Axe things, cut the wave, grab the neutral creeps as well, but Lifestealer doing the same. He's actually out farming. As you mentioned, the net worth is in his favor because he's got a big camp here to pull to. So free farm and Lifestealer.
Seen Matthew rotating off the bottom lane a lot. He comes mid again, maybe trying to contest the rune. Leo Styles in the jungle.
Yeah, the runes are big.
But let's see if he can actually do it.
He'll probably camp top and Kunkka will camp bottom, which pretty much guarantees them a rune unless Storm is already at the spots, which is not the case.
Only an illusion, so not the dream for Leo Style. But our Spectre, 30-7 to the 30-8 of Necro, so pretty even trades down bottom in terms of farm. Even though Kezu's had his team off the map a lot, as they do dive in mid with Bryle. Big commitment on the Leo Style. Very big commitment, and he's going to pay. The Frank rotation, they trap him, they call him, they chain him, and they chop him. A quick, clean kill. And man, he just has bloodlust. Whenever he sees this Kunkka, he's like, I hate water-faring people.
He was, ready to die for that one, and perhaps a bit too aggressively so. Really heads-up play from the Axe, finding an opportunity to go for a rotation with the early phase boots and just a dive underneath the tower. He swings in, is going to go for a fast blink dagger. I think there's a lot of pressure on Frank to take over this game when he's been given this free lane. You're giving Lifesteal a free farm.
Bryle TP'd there.
Axe to come
he wants
first.
to go on Frank. That's a big chunk of creeps that he is spinning against, but it's not going to get enough spins. He will go down. Started off fast, but then didn't get a few for a couple of rounds of attacks. And a big rotation by Storm, though. He's out of mana. Yeah, you get the kill, but Gonna have to go base soon if he doesn't get a rune.
That's a great kill to get. They know the Axe is having the best game on the Radiant side, so killing him, slowing down the Blink Dagger is one of the best things you can do. And it's not like Thunder Predator can do anything about the Lifestealer who's having the best game on Crazy. That's just not a hero your lineup ganks at all. He's got Rage for the Kunkka, the Ember Searing Chains. He can always just rage away, so...
You have to have a blink, a call, and a really quick follow-up.
Yes, like the Torrent Boat have to hit and be chain stunned perfectly before it can even get off a Rage, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Well, a lot of movement here early. Score 4-2. Crazy with the lead despite being down on kills.
Yeah, Crazy's having a great time. They're super happy with this early game and how things are looking. They know Spectre's not free farming. They know their Lifestealer is. Storm, while dying that one time, overcommitting, instantly gets a kill. He's back in action, farming once more. So I think Thunder Predator need to find a way to fight as 4 and create space for Spectre.
Leo Style just snagged a haste. He's sprinting bottom. Crazy saw it, but they're still going to lose Owie. And he'll head back to mid.
Yep. The tricky thing is really like, where is the free farm lane for Spectre? Like, there's this empty lane top where you could theoretically go, but you cannot actually farm or lane against Lifestealer. And bottom lane is the trial lane, which is a rough place to be. Mid lane's the Storm, so there's no easy lane for Spectre, which makes it very difficult for Thunder Predator. And the solution to give Spectre a free lane to farm is very much to fight with the Axe Blink and also the Kunkka Boat. So once this Axe Blink comes up, I would expect Thunder Predator to go for a lot of 4-man moves, while the Spectre finds the easiest place on the map to farm.
Frank doing some pulls back to his own jungle, a little bit safer than what we saw earlier. Will delay this potential push. And yeah, just passive play from both teams. Haunt is online. Ice Blast still quite a ways off. Probably going to grab the Tome, I imagine. Maybe we'll see Thunder Predator go for something at that point, Gods, because outside of an Ice Blast Haunt, I don't really see how they have any kill potential until Axe gets a blink.
Yeah, I think it's Axe is close enough to blink. You're just kind of saying, let's wait for that one. Unless there's like a dive on in. It seems like they're just trying to get some key levels, like you say, the 6, the Ice Blast on the AA. The Ember's been given the mid lane to get his levels, so they want to get level 6 on Ember, which gives them another initiation. Actually, Spectre's like, whichever lane looks safe to Spectre's going to tell any hero that's there, like, leave this lane, this is my lane now.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, he says mid lane's mine. Property of the Spectre. Their win condition is Spectre getting farmed, and right now that is going good, but not great.
He's got the shovel. He is trying to rush a Radiance. Has the Soul Ring now, which is pretty much all you need with the treads to just jungle, constantly spam the dagger.
No more
still not a super fast farmer, though.
Yeah. He'll just be slowly pedaling his way up to that Radiance, and Shovel's nice. It'll save you some money on, you know, regen, the salves you can get. The bounty runes, of course, is just free gold, and even TPs theoretically. You can just freely TP to farm on the map, and that 90 gold can be somewhat negated. So Shovel's actually a pretty nifty item for him to get. Plus, of course, it's health. So Dispersion, always about how much health you have, how much damage you can do with it.
I cannot imagine Crazy are going to let him farm all the way to a Radiance without some pressure, and we do see Bryle moving bot.
Yep.
They want to set up on MJZ. Can't be ganky with Ice Blast if your AA is getting ganked. So the famous wise old saying goes.
Yeah, they've not got the Axe Blink just yet. Uh-oh, here comes Storm. AA should be dead here.
Gets off the Ice Blast, though. Matthew's coming in. Not a ton of mana left on Bryle, and in fact is going to get trapped by that Cold Feet. He may just shatter here. Balls out, and he's done for. M and Z coming in. The A gets the kill, and he moves happily as they chase for Kezu with the X. The follow-up comes out. The chain's connecting. The dunk secures that, and they chase for Owie. I think he's a bit out of range.
Yeah. That was so nice by AA. Just throws the ultimate, makes sure that they get the Ice Blast on the Storm, because that Ember works out, even from that 4 position roll, is a pretty nice deterrent for Storm diving. That Searing Chains allows them to get the return kill, and that is a dive that Crazy is going to be regretting. Axe coming online with the Blink Dagger. It's go time for Thunder Predator for at least 4 of their heroes. We're going to see them constantly looking to fight, particularly when they have the Haunt up. Then they can even turn that 4 into 5. But yeah, we'll see it here. The Storm just not quite getting the right place when he guesses with the first jump, and as a result, AA gets the Ice Blast off and turns it around.
Yeah, the chain's also helping to ensure a little bit longer duration of damage before he could jump away. And now, speaking of the chains, Matthew Leaps into mid with them, helps secure the KheZu kill. Death on the Necrophos, 1 and 3 for KheZu. And this is without really the Ice Blast having a big impact as of yet.
Yeah, they went from being able, like, struggling to have a good way to start fights and get kills to suddenly being in a fantastic spot. Ember hitting 6 and Axe getting Blink Dagger around the same time. Suddenly they're just running it crazy. And Ice Blast has a very low cooldown, so they
have
can just
the
keep
Blink
doing
call
this.
here. Oh. Bryle is spending all of his time running for dear life now. This guy is not farming, and his game is slowing down, Gods. He is behind all 3 Radiant cores. Thunder Predator, they do have a lifestealer problem, but nobody else is really getting much.
Yeah, when you make a big zip like the one we just saw, like across the entire map using your entire mana pool, that's a really bad sign of how things are looking. And the Ice Blast with the Infest, gets away just in time. With the Armlet on, that Ice Blast was looking really dangerous for him, but finds an Infest out.
Moon Meander, meanwhile, in the mid lane. Oh, barely time-lapsing out. Just a shred of HP. Is on his way to the Eggs. Yep. Something Cat mentioned. The Axe could be the game changer. Do you feel like it's going to be enough to allow them to take this later with the slow start they're having?
It's a game changer. I don't know if it's enough though by itself. Otherwise, I mean, if they didn't have something like this, I'd just be like, yeah, it feels like it's going to be kind of hopeless for them later on. But it at least gives them a way for Storm to just go diving in, get a kill in the back lines, and then get bail. If he gets caught by a Blink Call, you can bail him out with the time lapse. So I think it makes the game playable for the Storm Spirit because he has that save.
I wonder when we see an Infest bomb here. Skeeter just farming top. 3-hero smoke by Crazy. Again, bringing Bryle on board for these. They need to connect. They will find MNZ. Oh, that's an ideal kill and a huge one if they can secure it. They drop him to about a quarter HP. Frank comes in. He gets the call. He gets the chop. They're keeping the Spectre alive. They finally lose him, but man, it's 3 heroes smacking down onto the deck. Skeeter tries to run away. The call in 1 second. He's going to get caught out. It's going to be 4 with the Ice Blast coming through. Don't see any way in hell he escapes. That was an absolute Seb moment indeed. My God.
Wow.
They thought they just had a free Spectre, and they, hey guys, Axe here. Not a free Spectre kill after all.
Yeah, they're kind of doing the right thing. They see the Ember, they're like, okay, ignore that guy. He's a harder kill because of his elusiveness, and he's not the big kill. So they scout him from the high ground. They're like, no, don't go in him. That's not a good target. And then Spectre walks right into him. They have damage problems, though. This Weaver Coddle supports, they don't do a lot of damage. The Storm by himself, I think they need to like bring Necro or Lifesteal to that, but the problem is somebody has to be pushing out lanes. You can't just smoke up as like 5 heroes and expect to have good results. So Matthew giving them the disco ball in mid.
Style points for sure. Yeah, that was him.
Like, this is, I think that fight there, suddenly if you're crazy, you're like, yeah, we're going to have damage problems. We need to bring an infested, like the first infest bomb. You said, when's it going to happen? Maybe it needs to happen really soon. Lifesteal's the hero farming really well. I'm a bit surprised to see him go for that fast help, but I think like a quick Deso going for some kill build may have made sense this game. But either way, crazy.
It's pretty bad when Axe wasn't even there when the fight starts. You jump the Spectre with 3 heroes. He has time to TP, get off a Blink Call before you can kill him. Like you said, they need damage, and it's not going to come from Storm with the amount that he's dying. 2 and 3, and also not farming. It's not just the deaths. It's the fact that he spent so much time trying to gank, TPing to try and pressure, not hitting creeps. Only at 100.
And there we go. This is very much a response to what just happened. Things didn't go well for them. They're going for an infest play. They do finally
a style, but he's
too tanky. They don't even infest out.
They're going to commit everything, and then Axe is going to come in. But if they don't commit everything, then he'll just come in anyway. They'll get a chop kill. He gets a Lifestealer surprise as an extra special. Does he want to engage? Oh, Owie pushing them back in to the Ignis. Could this turn the fight around? The boat comes through, keeps Leo Style alive. Frank, a bit isolated here. Awkward engagement now for Thunder Predator as Moon Meander rampages over the backside, keeping the vision up. KheZu joining, but they're just going to walk away. Do they lose Moon? No, he can time-lapse. He can chase. He wants Frank. I don't think he has the damage to kill him off. There's a Blade Mail. He's got 400 HP. There's a call to worry about. Moon is diving for this, though. He's really committing. Walks into the call. Walks into the nukes for Matthew. Blade Mail now toggled on, trying to kill off that pesky little bug. Will have to back away at the final moment as Storm lunges all the way across the map. The blink out. No, Bryle's trapped pretty far away. Does have enough mana to get out.
Nothing working for Crazy.
14 to 5, man.
They're diving so hard. It's actually, even on gold is the crazy thing. Skitter has just farmed so much this game, plus even Moon on that 4 position.
But Spectre's rushing a Radiance.
Yeah.
Like, you're not punishing a Spectre who's got Tread, Soul Ring, Relic.
Yep.
After a bad start in the lane.
And Skitter has not used his gold efficiently on Lifestealer. I think he recognizes his mistake, which is why he doesn't complete the halberd. He buys a Sange into Deso. This is not a Lifestealer build. Sange is not like, it's strength. It's not like a terrible item in terms of the stats, but it's not something you just casually want to buy into Deso. This is him saying, oops, I should have gone Deso before my halberd. I'll make it up for my team and get it now. But if he had enough money for Deso in that fight, if he had a Deso inside the Storm, they get that kill on Kunkka.
Here comes the Ice Blast with the call Blade Mail combination, and they will burst down KheZu to start the fight. MJZ now trying to work on the Storm Spear. Bryle, though, only had 80% HP. They weren't able to do much to him. They blew everything to get that kill, and Spectre all the while just farming top. Good time for Crazy to strike. They did start going top at the beginning of that smoke. I thought they were just going to bait the Spectre, but he's not going to be able to help you with no Haunt and no Radiance yet.
Ember Remnant's way. And I think it's still okay. Like, it's
Necro for Axe.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those even trades, but when you have your hard carry farming and the enemy brought their Lifestealer in for it, and your hard carry is a Spectre, like, you're like, okay, it's the kind of exchange like where we're looking. Maybe you're not looking for it, but that's acceptable to you.
Lifestealer still the leader for the moment, but not sure how much longer. This is going to be a big pickup, though, once we see the Deso.
Yeah.
That's the time where you have to start getting these kills.
I'm sure Crazy's just going to look back on this replay and be like, yeah, if we had a Deso for those last 2 fights instead of this Sange, Lifestealer is just feasting on these enemy heroes, getting kill after kill. But
the Thunder Predator, they're just relentless with the aggression. Leo style, he just charges up the hill, is going to look to set up on KheZu here with the Ice Blast coming through, and KheZu is tanking every gank. This is not what a Necro's meant to do. Nope. But I guess better him than Storm and Lifestealer. Not much better, though.
You're playing the AA. Anytime you get caught by that X, there's an Ice Blast. And even without the Ice Blast, there's a Spirit Vessel now.
And another. So. Matthews diving deep.
Yep.
First the chains, then the call, and then the chop. Another kill. 17-6. I mean, you mentioned net worth is still close, but it just doesn't feel like it's Crazy's game.
No. Their heroes like Storm is not having a good game. KheZu on Necro just doesn't have a game at all, no matter how much farm he has. It's just a really rough Necro game. And the farm on the Radiant side is in the right places. All 3 of their cores in pretty good net worth place. For Crazy, it's like, yeah, this Weaver's going to have a pretty good timing on Ags, but it's like Weaver's having more fun than you'd expect. Lifestealer is too, but Storm and Necro, your 2 and 3 position, are really struggling. These are heroes that need to have good games. Necro particularly is just, when completely countered, just feels like a non-factor.
MNZ with the Radiance online now, so his farm is going to ramp up. Ice Blast plus Radiance Burn. Very scary. And you've got some fairly squishy heroes here. Moonmeander is getting towards the Ags. Aoi 2000 around 1200 health. He's obviously the easiest target. Storm 1400. So, I mean, they're not one-shots, but if you combine that with the call, a chains, at that point, those heroes are probably going down.
I mean, Ember from the 4-roll with no items at all just dishes out crazy damage in these fights because of this Light plus Searing Chain. So
is the Ags the game changer? Because Moon does have it. That's the bright spot here for Crazy.
It's not. I don't think they're losing these fights because a hero gets initiated on and bursts is the problem. The Ags doesn't help against like the Spectre, AoE, Radiance, Haunt damage. So it helps them, but it just is not a massive game changer.
KheZu's been free, so they see him and they say, let's get him again. And it looks like, oh, the time-lapse comes through. Okay, they baited it out. Now can they turn? Frank, they'll probably have to sacrifice him. They didn't know about this Weaver Ags, and they will pay with the axe. Do they get more? Moon on the hunt. Looks like the rest to escape. Well, for the moment, Lifestealer Bomb coming in deep, looking for MJZ. Very nicely played by Crazy. 2 kills for them.
Okay. Good fight. Great use hiding the Ag Scepter and saving out KheZu. They bait him perfectly there, so they were ready for that jump. And perhaps I was underselling the impact this Axe can have. I think Thunder Predator will definitely learn from that fight and be like, okay,
they didn't know about it, though.
Yeah.
The next time, you know, it's still hard to play against, but at least you know it's a tool in their arsenal.
Yeah. I think they're going to, anytime they're going to look for a Blink Call initiation, they're only going to do it when they've got Spectre Haunt to go on the back lines. Like, yeah, Weaver will still go for time-lapse, but you can win the fight. Like, if Spectre comes in there in a full 5v5 with Haunt Radiance, you're looking at a much more even fight.
quick Ice Blast towards the Roche pit just to keep tabs on Crazy's antics. They do have the Deso and Lifestealer now. So the damage is ramping up. Bryle looking for a rune. He grabs a juicy DD.
They want to fight.
They're going to ball forward. Skeeter is there in the backup, and this AA is just mincemeat if he's out on his own.
Yeah, he can't afford to show ever, and problem is you're playing against a Storm. It's such a punishing hero, and he's found another. The Vision, perfect ward placement. They're going to catch Frank.
Man, all the positive energy right now is going the way of Crazy. Multiple kills, and now onto the pit, and I think this time probably a free Roche.
Yeah, this Ags has just led to a good fight into a couple of pickoffs in a row. This is the power of the Storm, and what Crazy's looking to do is have this scrappier style.
They are fighting 4v5. Spectre is just not participated. We have not seen a Haunt at all this game, I want to say.
Are they going to go for this?
Oh, now we do, and now it's an Aegis Snatch. Huge play. Oh, no. And then right back to safety. MNZ. I was just like, where is the Spectre? It's been really quiet.
Yeah.
And I bet Crazy were thinking the same thing.
That is nuts.
The nightmare scenario. Oh, man.
That's a game-changing steal.
That's a player perspective moment.
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch this replay. That was sick.
Yeah. And the Radiant's very much not the item that necessarily allows him to want to come immediately to fights. He's very squishy, particularly against the Lifestealer. Take another quick look here at this absolute moment of brilliance from the Spectre. He's in and out so damn quickly. You never even see the real Spectre in the pit.
Incredible stuff. And it's a Storm. Like, Storm with Aegis is a totally different hero. Because you can go for that ballsy initiation knowing you have a round 2. He'll still go for an aggressive jump, though. On to Matthew, trying to bring the Ember down. Has an extra...
He's used Rage, though. He's got to be careful.
Retreat plan. Skeeter now could get caught out here. Torrent. They're not committing the boat for this. They do have the Halberd. He's going to get a fresh Rage off, start to work on MNZ.
I think they're just not strong enough with the Spectre. You need that at least Manta style, I think, before you're really ready to take a team fight. And that's why we were, even when he found the Radiance, it was still very much, okay, I have Radiance now, it's let's keep farming. It's not let's go fight. It's let's stick to the game plan. My teammates fight us for, use that Blink Call initiation to get kills. Problem is they didn't know the Ag Scepter was there. The game plan was working fine until this Ags came online. Now the game plan is, let's go late game. Let's get Spectre 2, maybe even 3 big items before we consider any kind of a big team fight. And Crazy are the ones who feel under a bit of pressure to take fights and utilize this Ags timing, because they're not getting a whole lot stronger than where they're at right now, although they do have some creative items in mind, with the Silver Edge queued up in Lifestealer, looking to counter the Spectre in a different way.
Yeah, Silver Edge owns Spectre. That is a big problem. Dispersion disabled, your Desolate disabled. Like, at that point, you don't really do much. So we'll see how MNZ itemizes to counter that, and if the Silver Edge is able to be used. It's often hard to find Spectre in fights is part of the issue, though. Like with Haunt, she's usually not in the fight at the start of it. She's off farming somewhere in secret. Here comes that Haunt, and they jump in, immediately trying to bring down Moomiander. They do. They get the Weaver right away. That means there's no save for this fight. Necro ult coming through. Spectre now trying to retreat. Can he make it out to safety? Actually steals the Aegis and goes back in. Finds the 3rd kill of the fight. Storm down as well. Skeeter on the run. Owie on the run. I don't know if Owie makes it out. There is a chains. He's just out of slight range. He gets the blast back. They do end up getting MJZ on the backside. MNZ wants to chase Skeeter, but he's very tanky. I don't know if these 3 can even kill him. He's going to TP out. No chance. So it ends up being a 3 for 2, but Aegis still preserved.
Good fight overall for Thunder Predator. When they've got that Haunt, they're definitely strong and scary, but Skeeter makes the best of it with picking up some scrappy kills on the back lines at the end. And
killing the Weaver first is huge. So like I imagine we're going to see Moon play really cautious in the next fights.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is priority number 1. If you can ever get on the Weaver with a Blink Call, he's the guy you're going on. There's no save for him. He can save any of his teammates, but he can't save himself if he gets disabled. Spectre gets the Illusion Rune. They pay the price, and they can kill him a second time.
Ice Blast coming in. They've got to respect that. It will back away.
Still on cooldown, so they decide better of it.
Oh, Aegis didn't have that much longer left.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. At the same time, crazy, it's not a big deal. They didn't really commit many spells to break the Aegis, so one of those things that just both teams will see reset. I think for Thunder Predator, absolutely, it's wait for that on cooldown. You don't want to take a team fight ever without it. But Crazy, knowing it's down, they want to fight. They're ready to go. They smoke up immediately. And we'll see if we get that infest into Storm again, or if they're going to try to take the fight a different way. It does look like Lifestealer wants to infest inside the Storm. Here we go.
3,500 HP Storm coming in hot. And he's got eyes on MNZ, and this top lane shows himself at the wave. I think they can do it.
Have they got the damage
for
this?
He does have Manta to remove the open wounds.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
He also has this Essence Ring, but he's used the Manta. He's going to send illusions into the lane.
He's baiting with it.
And
oh, Bryle knows he's up here, but he guesses the wrong way.
Ah, man. If he had guessed the right way, I think that's just a kill. Instead, he's down to bottom, and Owie going to be scouted out here. Suddenly, it's Owie in danger. Has the Glimmer Cape.
Okay.
And the TP scroll. Storm all the way back down here. Where did he come from? Bryle, he's all over the map. He's got the outpost, and he's got the kill. Spectre was not expecting that.
That was a sick play from Crazy. They go for the kill top. Spectre's like, okay, he's top, I'm safe. But hey, outpost, they're in Dota 2. They've been in Dota 2 a while. And it gives Storm an easy location to TP to. And that move, because you know when Spectre gets caught top and TP's out, he's always going to go TP bottom and farm either the bottom side of the map or that like triangle around the left side of the map. But I think Thunder Predator thought they had an opening to go for a team fight bottom with Storm and Lifestealer on the far top side of the map, but that's just not the case.
That was some sick shot calling. He was just like, yeah, I'm going to chase this Coddle. His Glimmer's going to wear off. I'll kill him, no problem. And then just like that, he's in all kinds of trouble.
Great
Skeeter
shot calling.
Does get time lapse, so this Ice Blast won't really bother him.
Yeah, definitely key that time lapse ignores the Ice Blast as far as being able to heal up either the Weaver himself, but more often than not, the teammates. And this Silver Edge is going to make it a lot more difficult for Spectre to go into these fights.
You saw he's still very squishy, like when they're both on him.
Yeah.
And Orb of Destruction. Okay, that's on the Thunder Predator
that's on Lifestealer. I'm sure he'd love an Orb of Destruction.
Yeah, that would be pretty brutal. Well, for the moment, bit of a pause here in the action.
Yep.
You see Owie shoving in bottom lane, but this time I think they're going to be more hesitant to jump him, knowing that the outpost is not under their control.
Yeah, I think when plays like what we just saw happen, you're just constantly thinking, okay, maybe I'll wait for like one more item or something. And he did queue up the Scotty. We'll see if he goes for that. Just looking for more survivability, some stats, get some armor, get some strength from it. Have the slow ability against that Lifestealer to be able to fight him that little bit better.
But here's Silver Edge. And it's go time again. Bryle is going to move towards mid. There is a Radiant Observer Ward. Chilling at the outpost for the moment. And Thunder Predator just playing keep away. Like you said, waiting on that one more item, but is there one more item that actually turns the game? Because I'm not seeing it right now for Spectre.
I mean, the Scotty's pretty cool against Lifesteal with the heal reduction and the lifesteal reduction, so definitely an item I love seeing on like a melee core, especially playing against a Lifestealer, but it's one of those things where it feels like if you get on top of that Spectre and get him with the break, he will die. So I think we're going to have to see MNZ really change how he approaches these fights.
Matthew almost caught out, gets off the, or through the clumsy net, but Matthew did dodge it. It is going to chase him down, but not long enough for there to be follow-up, as Owie will plant down a ward.
I think he needs to go for that Vortex first, but not the idea. Either way, even if you get the kill, he was hunting for bigger prey, and unfortunately, or I think well played by Matthew. He's the one who scouts the smoke.
Easy pick off here on the ice cream cone. Down goes MJZ, who has just not had a game for like 12 minutes now.
That's the same play they just did. This time it's only an AA kill, and I think if you're Thunder Predator, you have to recognize what they're doing. They're hunting top lane with the Infest, and then as soon as they connect on someone, if they escape or not, they're going to TP bottom to that outpost. So this bottom outpost control is really crucial. If Thunder Predator can take over it, it allows them to farm the bottom side of the map better. And also just anytime you see Storm top, recognize that he's looking for that TP bottom with the Lifestealer infested. Changes his mind, has now a butterfly queued up. I think you always have to be careful about building too much health and survivability against Lifestealer. Having evasion and agi, and it's going to go a bit further against the Lifestealer.
And he's still got room to get True Strike, though, and has slowed down a little bit in terms of farm. Now working his way towards an Assault Cuirass. Thunder Predator bottled up. They are scared to leave the base.
Yeah.
As well they should be with the ability to project force around the map that Crazy have. Always got to respect those infest bombs.
Very much a game that's going to be played around Roshan, be played around some of these late game item timings. Ooh, Aeon Disc. I like this a lot. You're very much just afraid of getting blown up by the initiation combo of Thunder Predator if you're a Necrophos. And this Storm Lifestealer combo is king right now. There's just no real good response to it. Storm initially had an Orchid queued up, but went back for a BKB. At this point, yeah, Storm with BKB, pretty unkillable. There's the call to go through, but you've just got so much health with the Bloodstone as well that you're going to be able to always tank your way through it. Same time, Kunkka also looking like that very unkillable tanky frontliner. He's sitting on almost 4,000 health with some evasion, a disarm for the Lifestealer.
Yeah, you ignore him. You leave him for last.
Yeah, but he's doing everything he can to itemize to help out his team. Thunder Predator is playing this, like watching how Matthew's playing, constantly baiting out these Storm rotations. At this point, Storm's like, yeah, I need to get some like Hex or something to jump in on him. I don't know. Orchid's not going to work when he's already got the Yules. Queues up an Ag Scepter for now, but yeah, they're being frustrated heavily by Matthew. And AUI just doing AUI things, pushing up bottom lane. This like takes me back to him playing 4th position where he's just constantly farming that enemy off lane, pulling heroes back. It's very frustrating to deal with.
Getting flamed by PPD.
Yeah, it's like, you farm too much. It's just like, you see him and he's like, it's a support. Do we want to send multiple heroes to go kill a support? Not really. The Ember's not a bad hero to address him, but he's got Dust too, so this might be enough to get this kill.
He's hunting him. He's hunting him. Has the chains. It hits the creeps, though. Unfortunate. Frank chasing. Meanwhile, there is also a potential action towards mid, but they're not going to end up rotating at all, so they do lose their precious Owie. MNZ, meanwhile, in trouble, though.
Oh, they
Storm
stole the dagger.
zipping in. He's going to haunt and retreat out, I believe. No, he's juked them by not juking them.
Brow's very low in mana. I think he realizes that he can't fight right now.
And Brow will just TP away.
Yeah, he got very scared for a second there, but quickly realized he's actually A-OK. I believe Lifestealer, his Silver Edge, maybe even on cooldown at some point, so nicely done. Thunder Predator instantly rotating towards their Spectre, who has now completed that Skadi, so decides that it's the better choice rather than the Butterfly. Having that heal reduction and slow.
He's locked down, though. The call, the counter initiation with the Ice Blast. Do they have the damage to bring the Storm down? Brile BK beat, and he headed to the left. He survives for the moment.
The Glimmer.
The Glimmer came completely negating Kezu there with the Reaper Sight. Took absolutely no damage. Kezu tanking up as long as he can. Spectre is getting out of there. They're going to sacrifice MJZ, and MNZ will get away for the moment.
Yeah, I don't know if he had like
all that, and they just couldn't finish the job.
Yeah, just a 5-position AA. That's like that's the freebie kill in most of these team fights for Storm. Normally you're like, I can kill the AA, but I don't want to because I should be killing others. And this time around, a bigger kill is Frank.
He's got a blink. He's got a blink. And with the Shadow Blade and the blink, he is safe.
There we go. That's my pubs. Invis is invincibility, as we all know. And there's nothing you can do to counter that crazy.
That's crazy talk.
But I think with Haunt down, yeah, they're going to go into Roshan now.
It's up in 25. Do they kill this Roshan time? It looks like they should.
To be close. I don't know.
It's not that clean, though. Like, maybe Thunder Predator can fight them on the way out. Let's see. Creeping Frank in.
They'll scout it with illusions.
If he can get the blink call off, buy some time, he could snatch this Aegis. They could take the
They
fight.
see it.
They've already stolen one. Can they steal two? Roshan to the Radiant. Aegis snatched by the lifesteal. I think the Axe grabbed the cheese. No, not actually sure who got it, but now they're on the hunt, chasing forward, looking for more. Kezu trapped out, being dealt with by MNZ. Matthew in too deep perhaps. Can he make it out of here? Yule Scepter, another chain combo. Great catch from him, and now they haunt forward. They can go for more. Owie 2000 on the south side of the fight, being chased. The Glimmer Cape buys him a little time, but that invisibility is not long enough. They lose 3. They did manage to get Aegis Cheese. Skeeter grabbed them. Not sure. I thought the Axe could have picked them up there.
It must have been like too many bodies on top of it. Sometimes it's really hard to click if there's just like this, kind of cluster of units there. But yeah, I believe the call was still on the lifestealer. Maybe with the SMY, the status resist, it just wore off in time for him to grab it. Frank probably also didn't have item slots available for it.
I think Owie pushed him away with the blinded light as well, so he might have been just out of range.
Yeah.
Well, but man, still they steal the Roche kill, and they get a couple of kills on the way out, so that's still not bad for Thunder Predator.
Yeah, not bad. It's one of those things that I think the game is going to kind of remain in the same state. Just Thunder Predator have Aegis, so I think Spectre can take a few more risks when pushing out waves and farming. You're not as afraid of this Storm Lifestealer combo being able to kill you. They can maybe kill you once. They're definitely not killing you twice, and by the time you come alive again with the Aegis, your team's going to... Oh, sorry, the Aegis on Lifestealer, what are you talking about? They can, of course, still kill him, so... I think Spectre, you do have to play a little bit careful now that the Aegis is in the other side, but Tier 4 item's going to be the name of the game. Minotaur Horn comes up. We'll see how these teams play with Crazy coming back to life.
Oh, a Prince's Knife. That's a big one versus Storm. Could be a game changer. They don't have a great ranged hero to use it. AA is running for his own life.
I don't think he's getting much of a chance to right-click Storm, but he's got a flicker. He's happy with that. Gives him some nice speediness and survivability.
Illusion Escape, good on Spectre. He does have an Orb of Destruction. I kind of feel like they need the damage, so maybe he'll stick with that.
Yeah, the Orb is such a nice item. It combos with the Skadi really well. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you put the Orb in for the team fights and have... I think you keep both and have the Illusionist Cape for just farming, and then anytime a fight's about to start, swap in the Orb. Would make sense to me, but we'll see. The smoke up, they're going to try and steal this outpost. 40-minute mark approaching. These teams may fight over this one.
There's time to grab it back, but not if Matthew just gets melted, and melted is exactly what he gets. That was a pretty ambitious move, just walking into the storm. Yeah. Skeeter now hunting, looking for more. Leo Style has backed away. Frank has just been on these little like solo missions trying to set up a call with the Spectre haunt in, or maybe an AA Ice Blast as well, but we haven't seen those openings emerge yet. In fact, he's the one who's caught now. He's been hexed. Owie has a full sight device. Look at that. Now Frank is likely to go down here. And in fact, just a matter of time, they will get the kill.
Crazy doing a good job hunting. This is the benefit of them taking the Aegis. Spectre doesn't really want to show in lanes to push them out and farm because he just fears for his life when there's that potential Infest combo coming in. And as a result, it's Crazy who take complete control, can go for whatever kills they want. Necro with a Minotaur Horn gets even tankier, has that mini BKB to play with as well. And we'll see a Tier 2 tower being pushed as well. Ember respawns fairly soon, so I'm not sure if you want to go for a high ground push here if you're Crazy, but you can just poke at it, slow siege with Rage.
Giant jump in by Bryle. Huge commitment from him. He does have cheese and BKB. Skeeter, though, taking good damage. There's a bash under tower. That could be problematic. He does continue to retreat. They don't have any follow block down, and Leo Style blew his BKB. So in the end, it ends up being a nice victory for Crazy.
Yep. Force out of BKB. Happily look to reset things, and Storm's back in.
Jumping on to the Ember Spirit. This time he has the Prince's Knife. Good lockdown down to the Ember. The Yule Scepter keeps him alive for the moment, and he will retreat at low HP. Bryle committed his BKB. Bit surprised to see that, but both teams will disengage in the end.
Yeah, I think Crazy just really want to try to use this Aegis cheese to their advantage, but at the same time, they can't afford to overcommit. Playing into Spectre, you're supports and backlines can't keep up with the mobility of heroes like Storm diving on in. Well, the Weaver can perhaps, but the Cuddle doesn't really want to jump forward and put himself out of position.
Skeeter going on the bottom lane with the Silver Edge. MNZ is okay. They don't want to follow that one up.
Yep. And he's keeping, both the Illusionist Cape and that Orb, so he'll be able to push out lanes with the Illusionist Cape. This was nerfed. You have to keep the Illusionist Cape. You can't put it in your backpack, otherwise the illusion dies. So it does mean that it's very much something you only swap in for a team fight, and you can't have that illusion as well.
Thunder Predator, a rare journey outside the base. They've been very hesitant the last 10 minutes or so.
We could be in for some tier 5 items. This could be the game. We still have a bit of ways to go to hit 60 minutes, but
there's not that many great building killers either. Just the Lifestealer, who's like decent, I would say. And you're right, it could be a slow burn. Well, it is a slow burn. It could be a long burn.
He's looking into an Abyssal Blade and recognizing more lockdown. Heroes like Ember, Axe, whoever. You just need control when you're on top of these heroes. Even Spectre, of course, too. Having ways to counter these BKBs as much as possible. Level 25 is going to start coming into play as well. Both, I believe, Spectre, Lifestealer have hit theirs. And we'll see some of those more high-impact talents kicking in.
Extra rage duration, the Haunt illusion damage.
Yeah, I think for AUI, if you can... for a Spectre, if you can kill AUI's caught at the side of these fights, it's a great way to kick it off, because that Blinding Light, the Ignis is so high impact, but it's really hard. That Witless Shaco giving him almost like, what, 50% more health than he's otherwise have? Yeah, Necro's just like a non-target. Yeah, you gotta ignore this Necro. Go for heroes like Coddle, like Weaver. Obviously, if you go on Coddle, you have the risk that he gets time-lapse save, but I think if time-lapse save is used on Coddle, then you've got this window where the cores don't have the time-lapse to save them, so...
Smoke from Thunder Predator, but...
baiting this rune, maybe. They may think
It is
Storm
a regen rune versus Storm. It's pretty tasty.
Is he gonna come for it?
He's already got a DD in the bottle. He's good.
Yeah, if anything, you're happy with the DD. Moon gonna swoop on in and snipe it. Setting the bounties on the enemy head.
It's really spooky.
That's very much we're gonna kill you, Mr. AA.
The counter bounty.
So yes, Storm, Aghanim Scepter being highlighted. This is definitely an item. It just helps him with like some of the targeting. If he wants to go in Spectre and there's a bunch of illusions or Haunt or Mantis being popped, he can just use Vortex and he's always going to hit the Spectre. Plus he can just hit multiple people. There's 4 melee heroes on the Radiant side, so this Axe just has a lot of value there.
Ooh, Orchid pickup on the Spectre.
So...
I mean, Silence is very good against Lifestealer because you don't want to build BKB.
Yeah.
And if he can't rage, he is a lot less scary.
Allows him, what, does Weaver have any way to get rid of it? I don't believe so.
Yeah, Weaver also.
Yeah, I think he's looking at being able to jump the Weaver, but the second Weaver sees this, Weaver's like, okay, I have to itemize for this Orchid. He has Aeon Disc queued up. He can go for that. Maybe there's other items he might consider, like the BKBs,
Frank's
the Lotus.
going in with the call, but Moomiander behind him. No way they kill this Necrophos, at least not easily, as Moomiander is looking to retreat. MNZ, instead he goes onto the Keeper of the Light on the backside of the fight, but Aoi, he's okay. He survives this. And they keep on battling forward. Necro ult committed. Not enough to get kills. Nobody's dying in this fight. Kezer's starting to drop very low. Matthew's got to get the hell out, but Storm is there to cut him off on the retreat. They lose their Ember Spirit. And everyone's still healthy. Still lots of mana to go on Team Crazy. MJZ is going to go down. It's a 3 kills, including a double for Skeeter. And he claims his bounty, killing off the AA yet again.
Yeah, they weren't actually trying to kill the Necro when they go on him. They know he has Aeon Disc and he's going to be saved. I think they're just trying to start and force a fight and create attention around Necro so the Spectre go in the backlines. I think the issue was Spectre's plan was to go on the Weaver, but he couldn't find the Weaver, perhaps just the Shikuchi without detection, because he goes on the Coddle, and Coddle just gets saved by the time-lapse. The whole point of buying this Orchid on Spectre is so that he could jump on the Weaver with Abyssal plus Orchid. That Weaver dies, but...
Well, and the whole point was also in that fight to bait out the time-lapse, and it just never got used on Necro. So I don't know if they just didn't see it or just assumed it would get used, but Moon was very patient with it.
Maybe they didn't realize, like you say, because, yeah, he's got Aeon Disc and the Minotaur Horn, so he's fully okay when he gets jumped like that. He's incredibly tanky. And really good patience coming in from Moon.
MNZ, he might be the most farmed hero in the game, but it sure doesn't feel that way with the confidence that Crazy demonstrate as they charge in, bring him down to a 5th HP. Can they finish the job? He is low, he is dead, he is out for 100 seconds, and that might just be the game.
It should be. I don't know
They're
how
gonna back off. They don't know he doesn't have buyback, though.
True.
But they have a lot of time to find out.
Yeah. And they're going to play it safe, go for things like Roshan.
All right. I don't know about the tier 5 items coming into play, but we'll have a little slower pace here, that's for sure.
Yes, they know this is a big Game 3 decider. Thunder Predator is one of those teams that's been in really good form lately, so they don't want to take any chances. And they've also got a big window. 70 seconds, they can get Roshan and head back mid, and by the time they get there, they'll probably still be about a 20, 30-second window. Ag Scepter, who's going to get a chance to grab it? I guess Lifestealer? No. Where is the Ags going to be? We've got the Ags. Where are we looking, Mr. Observer? There we go. It's in Lifestealer's backpack, so he hasn't activated it yet. He passes it to Necro. Okay. So low cooldown Ghost Rider. None of the heroes, I mean, both the heroes that, the heroes that really want Ags already have it. The Storm and the Weaver, those are the super high impact ones, so low cooldown Ghost Shroud, kind of whatever. It's not going to be a game changer, but it's also just Lifestealer Ags, not really a thing.
And he is going BKB now, so Armlet in the backpack, has the money for it. The Orchid won't really slow him down. Yep. Spectre just does not seem like he can take fights. Someone else has to start them. He has to come in and pick off these squishy stragglers. He can't handle the damage of the Lifestealer jumping on him.
Yeah, the Lifestealer has itemized really well this game, and I just think there's no items alone for Spectre to get to be able to deal with Lifestealer, and I think this is why it was such a great pick this game, because they knew that they could even go late game with this Storm Lifestealer playing into Spectre. They weren't afraid of giving this Spectre a fast Radiance and just not contesting his farm. And here we are 50 minutes in, and they've got all the items and all the ways in the world to deal with Spectre.
Team Crazy working down the bottom lane. They'll lead with the Siege Engine. That's Skeeter. Torrent comes through, and he will get called and pulled in deeper. Still has Aegis. Still has Infest if he needs an escape. Storm could always jump in, or Weaver could scurry forward. Bryle currently lurking under smoke. Looking for that opening. Right back to full HP, and right back onto hitting buildings. They will give him the Solar Crest. Bring that tower down to just about a 5th HP. 1 lane down, 2 lanes to go. They have a tier 2 to deal with if they want to go for megas, but time is something that Crazy have plenty of. Still a lot left on this Aegis. The work on the melee racks. We do see Thunder Predator smoking up. It's a desperation wraparound backstab.
Gotta get to the supports.
Who do they find?
They're going to run to Bryle first.
Well, actually, Storm's just going to break it, and he instantly jumps the AA. MJZ dead again. It's not during the bounty window, but they get the kill nonetheless. And now they can continue looking for more. Skeeter is just standing strong in the midst of this fight.
Moon.
Ice Blast coming through. Do they have any sort of lockdown? I just see Bryle and Skeeter doing whatever the hell they want all fight long. MNZ, he's got to back away. Axe finally joining the fray, but he's also in a little bit of danger. Down to half HP, has to back off. Full HP Skeeter, charging back in. The work on Leo Style, man, that's going to take forever and a day. 3,800 HP with evasion, with insane armor, but he is going down as the Swarm stacks up, drops his armor into the dumpster. And likely the rest of Thunder Predator in that dumpster along with him. Axe trying to retreat. Glimmer Cape, not going to happen. They do get some lockdown here on the Storm, but the time-lapse instantly back to safety and gives them a nice chunk of mana as well. It's just too hard to kill anyone at this point.
They're all full HP. Halfway through that fight, I look at the dire side, and everyone's full health except for Coddle, who's missing 20% health. It's like, after they commit everything to kill the Weaver, it's like they have no damage, no way to kill anyone else.
Skeeter still having the Aegis, and there's the time lapse. You work so hard, you come so far, and in the end, you can't even bring him down.
They're just teasing, It's like, oh, you think you're going to kill the Aegis? no, we'll see about that.
Skeeter being brought low again, but time lapse is cooling down momentarily. Here, 1 second off, and the Infest. So many escapes. multiple forms of retreat. They just can't kill him once. He goes in with the Abyssal, working on the Axe. Now the Glimmer Cape. Now the Storm jump forward. He's got the gem. There's no running from him. With the Reaper Scythe, no Axe for 150 seconds. Soon to be no Spectre at all. He's out for 100, has the buyback. They'll keep on chasing for more. They want Leo style. They're diving them towards the fountain. Crazy pulling away here in game 3, on the verge of taking the series, but not before they get just a few more kills to pad their stats. MNZ back into the fray. There's the buyback. What can he accomplish with it? It's late game Spectre. It just doesn't feel that way, man. Age is now committed. They've gotten once. Can they get him twice? Skeeter on the retreat. Weaver, no time lapse for a few seconds. TPing Matthew forward, gets off the chains, diving deep for Bryle, gets the Bryle kill. Bryle's gonna buy back. Skeeter, manning up on Leo style, kills him off. He's got no buyback. It's Spectre basically against the world with just a couple of supports. Can he fight his way out of these 2 cores? It sure don't look like it. They jump in, Ignis committed. MNZ, he's gonna go down. Buybacks aplenty for Crazy. It is currently a 4v2 power play. They still haven't taken the damn melee.
It's over
but now they will.
Yeah. That was I mean, they get the Weaver in the end. They take out the time lapse, but Spectre has to overcommit for it. There's no plays to be made. The Storm, the Life Stealer, Skeeter, and Bryle just popping off this game. It took him a while to get there, but once, you know, Life Stealer... This just doesn't feel like most of the games on this patch. Normally it's like one team gets ahead